All just messed up. Well, there was something lost in the translation between 2007 version and the 93-98. And these answers are supposed to fly in, so it's kind of a little bit. But Mr. Miyagi taught the kid universal skills that also apply to karate.
Yeah.
Mr. Miyagi, remember he got all mad and he said, "Hey, dude, I'm just doing all your work." And he was like, "No, and he attacks him and he goes, "Wax on." And he goes, "Take defense, take defense." And he totally just blows off this attack. Well, Mr. Miyagi taught an important lesson, something that all good teachers have known since Laura Ingalls Wilder was in the Little Red Schoolhouse, is that a skill by itself is a skill by itself. And until you can apply it in a variety of circumstances, it's just a skill. So you can have a seat if you would like. I've been singing in church, so I'm used to making people stand and sit. I'm used to those eye rolls. Rick Stiggins tells us about the 4 types of achievement targets: knowledge, reasoning, skills, and products. And if we were to compare this to what Mr. Miyagi did with his the kid, I can't remember his name, Daniel, I think it was. Danielson. Yeah, first he started with knowledge. He taught him basic knowledge. And then he taught him some reasoning. He worked his way up to skills, and at the final end, who said they were going to do it? The final product is that he could defend himself, yes, against these bullies. Generalizability. Have you taught your students so that they can measure a student's mastery in several ways? So I want to think about the skill of reading. I have teachers tell me all the time, and my peers and my friends, we have too many assessments. There's too many. Well, I want to just take we're going to go back a little bit. I want to just take a look at OAKS. We know OAKS is a formative assessment, gives us some good information. But do I know if my student can read? I know that they can answer some multiple choice questions. I know they got close, and I can infer some things about their ability to read with the OAKS test. I have common formative assessments. Now I know a little bit more. I'm down to the strand level, or from the strand level to the individual standard level, and I know a little bit more information. I give them my reading inventory. We had STAR reading inventory at my school, and then we went to Scholastic reading inventory. Gave me 3 different, I could Lexile them, and there were other scores. That was great. But if I haven't sat down at the basic level and listened to my student read out loud, do I know that they can read? There's so many issues that come up right at that basic level. We actually had it at our school where a teacher had a student, they referred them to special education, and they'd done all the pre-work they were supposed to do, and it was in the middle of the year. In fact, it was January. We all sat down, and the special education teacher looked at the classroom teacher, and the parent, and the principal, and everyone's there, and she says, "Well, how does he do with his reading?" And the teacher says, "I don't know, I haven't heard him read this year." Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard him read this year. And she saw nothing wrong with that because she had sent him out to read with other people. And so she was making assertions based on the OAKS assessment that they had, based on the pre and post test that she had for their reading group, based on a STAR reading inventory the student took at the computer. But to sit down and listen to the student read, she didn't know if he could read or not. So do we need OAKS? Yes. Do we need DIBELS? Yes. They assess different things. And they're all part of a piece of a puzzle that is going to build together so we know that at some point these skills can be transferred. Because we don't want to raise students who can do great on one particular test or one type of item. We want to know that our students are going to carry that on and learn for a lifetime. So can student X read at grade level? Well, I have some OAKS information. That's going to help me. That's going to be strand specific. I have my DIBELS, and that's going to be reading fluency. District formative assessment, standard specific. Scholastic reading inventory, it's going to level my students. Reading performance tasks, it's going to be a demonstration of skills. All those are going to come together to what we hope to be a generalizable skill. Now, Mr. Miyagi knows the more diversity assessment technique that you adopt, the stronger inference they will give you about the essence of the cognitive demands those very tests are imposing on your students.
Awesome. Are those Miyagi's words?